Business formation, registration, and taxation are three completely different things. And the moment you blur those lines, you set yourself up for some very expensive confusion. We need to slow down, unpack this, and get it right. The IRS does not decide where you form your business, full stop, end of sentence, close the tab on that myth. Every single state has its own set of laws governing what types of business entities can exist and how they operate. Think of it like this. The federal government is your landlord for taxes, but the state is the city planner who decides what you can actually build and where. The IRS handles federal taxation, and only federal taxation that is the entire scope of their authority over your entity structure. State and local taxes are a completely separate conversation governed by wherever you are actually doing business, not just where you file paperwork. So if someone tells you forming in Wyoming saves you from California taxes while you're sitting in a Sacramento office, they are selling you something dangerously half-true. Yes, you absolutely can form an LLC in Wyoming and operate your business from California. That is 100% legal. You just have to register as a foreign entity in California, because California is where the real economic activity is happening. Here's the irony that gets people every single time. They spend $300 forming in a tax-friendly state trying to avoid regulation, then rack up thousands in penalties because they skip the foreign qualification step where they actually operate. It is like buying a car in a state with no sales tax, driving it home, and skipping the registration bold strategy. Historically poor ending. After nearly 30 years of working with thousands of business owners across 18 different industries, the pattern is brutally consistent. The structure conversation is almost always rushed. People confuse the glamour of entity formation with the actual mechanics of compliance. And those are not remotely the same discussion. The misconception that choosing a better state gets you out of taxes in your home state is one of the most persistent myths in business ownership. Your tax obligation follows where you earn, where you operate, and where your employees and customers are, not where your certificate of formation is filed. Here is what history keeps teaching us. Cycle after cycle, recession after recession, the business owners who survive and scale are the ones who built on a compliant foundation, not a clever loophole. Discipline in your structure early means optionality later. Cutting corners early means attorney fees later. The practical lesson here is not complicated. Figure out where you are actually doing business first. Then choose your entity type, then choose your state of formation in that order. Reversing that sequence is like picking a paint color before you know the square footage or whether the walls are even load-bearing. Process beats conviction every single time. In this arena, your gut feeling about Delaware or Wyoming is worth approximately zero without a CPA and a business attorney validating it against your actual operating footprint. Moderate, well-advised decisions here dramatically outperform bold, uninformed ones. At the end of the day, the right structure is not the flashiest one. It is the one that fits how you actually operate, protects your assets appropriately, and keeps you on the right side of every jurisdiction you touch. Discipline in setup, discipline in maintenance, and consistency in compliance, those are the only real competitive advantages in this space. Whether you are just starting out or reorganizing something you built years ago without proper guidance, getting clarity on formation versus registration versus taxation is genuinely one of the highest leverage things you can do for your business. You do not have to figure this out alone, and frankly, you probably should not. Check out our links in the description below, whether you are looking to get started in real estate investing, need home contracting work, or want help finding the right lenders. We are ready to help you build it right from the ground up.